Hey guys, JawsTheSharkReviews here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe class, Vortex. So here he is in his helicopter alt mode, and yeah, now before we proceed with looking at Vortex himself, let's get a nice look at his packaging. So here it is, right here, and yeah, it's your typical Age of the Primes Deluxe box, but whatever. Let's get a nice up close look at it. So yeah, as you can see, you got artwork right here of Vortex in rollout mode, alt mode. You got all this down here at the bottom, and then this stuff right here. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting yet another combiner team, and yeah, even though we're not quite done with the Constructicons and the aerial bots yet, but don't worry, I believe Vortex is the only Combaticon that comes out this year, because I believe the rest come out next year, so it's just this guy for now you gotta worry about. Here's the side, and there's Bruticus. Man, I'm super hyped for Bruticus. Probably even more than, definitely more than the aerial bots, but maybe just even more than the Constructicons. I don't know. I just absolutely love the Combaticons. Like the whole concept of them, military vehicles, a whole team of them, and then they combine into Bruticus, and that's awesome. It's really a badass name, Bruticus. Let's see, Taller 1. You got all this right here, Deluxe class. There's the top. Here's the bottom, and here's the back. So you can see that right there. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. So let's put Bruticus, or not Bruticus, Vortex. I guess it's a fifth of Bruticus, but let's put Vortex right back onto the camera here. So yeah, so this is definitely one I've been anticipating, especially because I've seen a few reviews already of this guy. Like before I got this guy like a month ago. So but before then I saw like a review or two, and I'm like, man, this guy looks pretty neat. So and either way, I was gonna get him because I love the combiners, so it's nice collecting each member of each one. But yeah, so anyways, let's get a close-up look here at Vortex himself, and I think he looks phenomenal. I really like the gray plastic they chose. It's not just like a dull gray plastic. It's got some depth to it, like they made it have like a unique look. Of course, that's where his head's supposed to be. It's hidden. He does have a little landing gear, but it's kind of useless. I mean, he can stand right on his own, but you could flip it down if you want to. So, I guess it looks better on display, but yeah. Here's the back. And yeah, I think it looks good. Obviously, there's an obvious thing going on here where the tail of the helicopter sort of, you could see it right there with the head. It's not like a smooth transition, but there is a way to actually fix that, and it comes with the figure. So, but yeah, and I absolutely love the blue stripes that they put right here on the front and center of the helicopter. Because, it just looks cool. That gray, then the black for the windshield, and then the blue. I think it's great. And I'm glad that they painted each and every one of these windows, too. Especially they got, silver outlines on them. So, yeah, I think it looks pretty good. But anyways, as I was mentioning before, yeah, the way to kind of fix this is actually his weapon storage. So I guess we can move on to that right now. So he comes with 3 weapons right here, and they're all guns. So you get these smaller pistol-like guns, and then he comes with a rifle right here, and it's kind of like a sniper rifle, I think. But yeah. So anyways, but these guns in particular are what fill this out right here. So as you can see right here, there's a slot right there on the bottom, and then there's tabs on the sides of each of these guns. So you just want to have it put out like this, so just attach this gun right here, and just kind of slide it in a little. Make sure it's in there good enough. There we go. And then just put the other one right inside. And there you go. I think it looks pretty nice. It doesn't really fix that, but it's, you know, kind of adds a little more to the helicopter. So yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention, yeah, this does spin around, but not for long. I guess it depends on how powerful your spin is, but even then, it's only like a 3-second swirl, 2 seconds maybe. But yeah. And as for this gun right here, you could store that right up front. So yeah, there's a slot on this side and a slot on that side. It doesn't matter which one you put it on. I'm just going to put it right here. So you can basically just attach it right here and kind of arm this chopper. So yeah, looks pretty cool. So you know, I can shoot down some bots. And yeah, so that's pretty much it right there for the alt mode, all the little accessories and doodads and stuff. So yeah. So anyways, now for the alt mode size comparisons. Here he is with Aerial Bot Air Raid. I think I forgot the landing gear. Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's what that looks like. I don't own any other versions of Vortex or any of the Combaticons, so no real comparison right there. You know. And last but not least, here is with Aerial Bot Slingshot. You know, just because you can kind of see some action going there, but you know, but nothing really too like, wow, I can't believe I've seen these two together. Like, yeah, no, I definitely don't have the Combiner Wars one. I definitely probably never will get that one, any of the Combaticons, because those kind of sucks. But the G1 versions maybe someday. But yeah, so anyways, let's get right to the transformations. So starting off, of course, you just want to remove all his arms, not his actual arms, but you know what I mean, his weapons. And luckily, usually this is the case for a lot of these like helicopter transformers. Usually you have to remove the rotor blades, but actually in this case you don't. And in fact, actually you can, because it's oops, sorry, the lighting's a little bright. I just noticed. It's pinned right in the center of like what will become his back in robot mode. But yeah, so even if you tried, you couldn't. Unless, you know, you had some way of removing a pin. But yeah, so you just want to start off by taking each of the blades and then kind of putting them together like this. And then after that, you just want to flip forward the toes. Those are the heel spurs. No, that's the toes. And then bring these down. And then after that, you just want to kind of swing this forward and then straighten out the legs. Close up the shins, split apart the legs, and there you go. And so you can kind of stand them up. This is kind of an awkward look right here, but it'll look better, trust me. Yeah. So then after that, you just want to bring down this, or at least split it apart first, and then you can bring that down. And then just rotate this around right here, I think like that. Or no, it's the other way. Whoops. And that popped off. How fortunate. Yeah, you just want to place this right back on here. And then you can bring this down right here. Oh yeah, and this spins too. But, you know, even this doesn't last too long. I mean, okay, this is... I mean, honestly, they're both made of plastics. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, and then they're not motorized, so I'd expect them not really go that long, you know. But yeah, so anyways, after that, you just want to move out the arms like that. Bring down, you know, the shoulders, move them forward, bring them down, and then after that, just take this back piece right here and just kind of just move that up. And then just bring down these like little cannon things on the sides of his shoulders, and do the same thing right here. And there we go. Oh, yeah, actually we're not done yet. Then you just want to bring down this piece and just push it into his back, then rotate around his head, and that is it. That is your transformation for Age of the Primes Vortex. And I think here he actually looks really good too. So yeah, let me just kind of fix him up. It's the one complaint I have is that he's got these things on the back. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is cartoon accurate, but cartoon accurate or not, these things are still pretty annoying. You know, they don't lock in anymore. But oh well. But either way, I think he looks really nice, you know, really cool. So yeah, there we go. I'll just give you guys a little time just to look at him in robot mode without my hands in the way, and just give him like a full 360 degree view. Alright, so yeah, let's take a close-up look at him right here. So yeah, here's his head, and yeah, I think it's pretty cool. They did actually, it's kind of hard to tell, but they did paint his mouth plate. It's like a dark silver. I wouldn't say gunmetal gray. It's just kind of like a darker, dirtier kind of silver, and I think that looks cool. And of course, they paint his visor red, and then a little blue here in the chest. A Decepticon logo, tampographed right on his left shoulder. And yeah, one that, you know, actual complaints I have is that in the inner parts of his legs, he does have, you know, there's no panels or nothing. It's just an open gap, but luckily, I mean, nothing untabs easily or anything like that, because there's some Transformer figures that have this kind of layout where it just easily untabs. This guy, luckily, that's not the case. It does stay together pretty nice and tight, so you won't have to worry about nothing going wrong. But still, you know, maybe they could figure out something. But it's just kind of a minor nitpick of mine. You know, you got his feet right here. And oh yeah, I just realized he's got like these like little holes right here. So honestly, I don't even know what those are for, because I mean, in alt mode they're like this, so it's definitely some for robot mode, unless maybe it's for the combined mode. I don't know. Oh yeah, here's the back. You know, obviously the uglier side of the two, but still not too bad. I mean, I think the only ugly part is these big slabs that he's got on the back of his arms, but you know, but I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% certain since it's been a while since I've seen the show, but I'm pretty sure that those are accurate to G1 cartoons. So yeah, so anyways, now for the articulation. Head's on the ball joint, so you can get all kinds of movement. You can look down that far and then up that much. Shoulders are on swivel joints, so you know, you get a 360 degree swivel right there, and then they can move outwards that much. Bicep swivel. Elbow does bend. Oop, this got all ruined. Yeah, elbow does bend. Nothing for the wrist, unfortunately, so that's kind of another critique with the figure. But he does at least have a waist swivel, so that's nice. Legs can kick up this far and back that far, and then they can do the splits that much. So hey, you can really do some karate kicking right there. Knees do bend, and excuse me, the ankles do pivot. The toes and heel spurs can also move. So yeah, you know, I mean, for Deluxe, it's still pretty good articulation. It's about average, you know. I wouldn't say it's extraordinary, because this is kind of like what we see. I mean, the head does have plenty of movement though, so that's nice. But you know, this is a shame he doesn't have any wrist swivels. Because honestly, in my opinion, like sometimes, like when I critique stuff, I say, yeah, it's not great, but I could kind of see why they couldn't do that. But with this guy, I could easily see it. I mean, there's this going on, but you know, they could still add in like a mushroom swivel peg thing, whatever you want to call it. And I think then he could get some kind of soul, but oh well, it's kind of too late to do that now. But yeah, so there he is right there. And yeah, so now for the accessories, again, he comes with this like sniper rifle thing. It's kind of hard to tell what this is exactly supposed to be, but there's a scope on here, so it's definitely like a sniper of some kind. And then of course you got his two pistols right here. He could hold those, or he could also put them on the sides of his forearms. So you can just do that right there. That's basically what the packaging has you do for him. So you can just put that right in there. It's just really hard to do. But there you go. Let me see if there's any storage on the back. I guess there's these right here, but I don't think that's going to fit in there because, yeah, no, those holes look too big. Yeah, I guess there's these right here, but I don't know if anyone's going to want to store their weapons right on the toes, because then that's going to throw Vortex off balance. So yeah, so there you guys have that. So let me just stand them up, And yeah, so excuse me, I'm still recovering from my cold as I send my Skybite review. But yeah, so anyways, now for the robot mode size comparisons. Here he is with Air Raid. And last but not least, here he is with Slingshot. So, hopefully in the next Combaticon review, you'll see more relevant comparisons to Vortex here, but for now, this is the best I got. I know it could be worse, I could be just comparing him to some random like Sharkticon or something, but but yeah, so that's pretty much it there for the robot mode size comparisons. So there you guys have my review for the Transformers Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Vortex. And yeah, in my honest opinion, I think he's a great little deluxe figure. It's probably, honestly, got to be one of my favorites from the Age of the Primes Deluxe class range at the moment. Him. Who else do I like? I like the was it Solus Prime? I think that's a good one. The Aerobots are good too. But yeah, so I think he's pretty good. I really love his helicopter alt mode. I think the color scheme looks really nice and it's on point. The transformation's not too tricky. There's nothing too stressful about it or anything like that. It's just a nice, fun little conversion. And as for the robot mode, kibble and the arms aside, I think he looks pretty good there too. He's got the big gaps in the inner parts of his legs, as I mentioned before, but with all that aside, though, I think it's still a nice, neat little fun figure. So, but yeah, that's all I gotta say. So, yeah. So, anyways, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, share for more, and comment down below what you guys think of old Vortex right here. So, yeah. But anyways, guys, as always, till all are one.